the other thing I wanted to say is, remember that guy that I was telling you about, Paul Walter, whatever his name is?
Paul Walter Hauser.
Yeah, that you said he was good as Jewel and Richard Jewell in the movie about the Atlanta Olympics. Okay. Yep. Did you see what he wrote? Please look it up.
Yep. Interesting.
Because he mostly was talking to me, but at the end he was talking to you.
Who is this?
That guy was on Cobra Kai that wrestles for MLW, that they put him over as this badass and he's short and dumpy.
Right.
And hey, man, I'll bite. I'm willing to.
Wait, did he write something? Did he write something?
Yeah, I'm not on it, but my boy that works in IG, Spiff, that we've had on the show before,
right?
He sent it to me, and not only that, he told me to tell you to fix your mic.
I have a new mic. This is brand new. We did fix.
Yeah,
the problem was it's a new microphone. I bought a new one. The other one was, wasn't working. I took it to my IT guy at work. He got it working, and I came home and it didn't work again. So that was the problem last week. So we had to record. I couldn't get a new mic in time. Now I have a new mic this week, and it sounds better.
Okay, you have this thing. You can't find a joke because I
have it here. You just
go ahead, read it out, Disco.
Huh? I don't. So who is this now?
This is Paul Walter Hauser. He sent it to.
Show him a picture of this guy. So he doesn't know. He thinks like everybody should. He actually thinks everybody should know him. But go ahead.
Okay. Do you get the picture, Joe?
Yep. 1 sec. You'll know his face probably. I mean,
how's your eye, Joe? By the way, Joe, how's your eye?
I'm good. I'm all good for now. Yeah. This.
So that's Paul Walter. It looks a lot like JD Vance, doesn't he?
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like.
Okay. So go ahead. You want to read it, Disco or Joe?
Okay.
I'll put it because
I've never put up.
Well, I'm going to answer after every paragraph. Go ahead.
Heard you fellas talk about me in the pod as it pertains to me calling out Hogan. Nuance and context for you and the rest of the Cranberries. I never said Hogan's name. I alluded to him in an analogy. Number one, I never said Hogan's name. I alluded to him in an analogy that merely stated that wrestling is bigger than one man. I then put over Lucha Libre, hardcore women's, and technical wrestling. Number two, Cobra Kai is dope.
Okay, wait. Stop 1 second. Number one, okay? I like how he uses cranberries because that's a word I used to use when I was in WCW. Number two,
correct.
He says that we were talking about him calling out Hogan. We never even discussed that. I didn't even know. Huh?
No,
I don't even know who this.
I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, I'm trying to look up the email here to see what.
So remember, Disco, that we were talking about this guy, and I told you I saw him in MLW, and they were trying to put him over as like this tough guy when he's short and dumpy. That's what started.
I don't recall this.
Okay, well, I do recall it. Do you, Joe?
Here's the email. The guy that emailed in, John Flynn, mentioned, and he called him horrible actor and wrestler Paul Hauser, called the WWE deplorable for having Hogan on Raw. So that was in the email, but I don't think we referenced that at all.
Neither did I.
So that's the only mention we had of this guy?
Yeah, the guy followed up and he said, meanwhile, MLW has, this is the email, John Flynn. Meanwhile, MLW has Riddle. The things Matt has done to his ex-wife and other women is way more deplorable than Hogan. And I think we talked about Matt a little bit and people with accusations and stuff, but I don't think we meant.
That's what we got into. We got into false accusations, how whether or not the abuse was worse, alleged, it was worse than, what was it? Remember, I was trying to compare two things, like what's worse?
It was what Hogan said on the tape versus.
Right, correct. Okay. So you're using it in private, okay, that's made public. What's worse, that or
Yeah, but we never were talking about him talking about Hogan.
We got to Right, correct. Right, that's what we talked about that conversation.
We don't give you think about Hogan. Okay, read the second paragraph.
I don't even know who this guy is. Correct. Okay,
right.
Number two, Cobra Kai is dope. Cobra Kai is dope. I've starred in a Clint Eastwood movie, done 2 Spike Lee joints at Disney Films, won an Emmy and a Golden Globe for playing a serial killer. And on deck is Fantastic Four for Marvel and a Bruce Springsteen biopic.
Okay, why are you reading? Why are you reading me your credentials? I already said you were super funny in Cobra Kai. Besides the fact that Joe saw you in another movie, none of us know what you've done. You ain't Brad Pitt, right, my dog. And you are, I think you were great in Cobra Kai, and I never talked about your acting. So I don't know why you're throwing all that at me. And I guarantee you most people don't know about any of this. Go ahead.
The serial killer one, I saw
number 3.
hang on real quick. Yeah, the serial killer one I saw a trailer for. I think I sent it to you guys, so you might not remember. It's called Mockingbird or something, and it did look good, but I haven't seen it, so I do know what that is.
Well, the guy's got a credible. The guy's had a Golden Globe. I mean, he's obviously a credible actor. Okay?
Yeah.
Number 3, you mentioned I'm likely not bringing eyeballs to products, but can you truly say the same for yourself at Disco? Disco never graduated from the low to mid card, and your height of popularity was 1 year as a mid carder and NWO Wolfpack. I've helped independent and mainstream wrestling promotions get seen in the New York Times, Late Night with Colbert, Variety, USA Today, People Magazine, New York Post, and the live Emmy telecast.
All right. So who gives, bro? That was not parlayed into a lot of people coming to see the show, you know? So,
right.
You know, and okay. So the other thing is, wait, the other thing is if that's my height of popularity, you do not know anything about my career. Inform thyself. Go ahead.
Well, he takes shots at me here, which I couldn't care less. So, number 4, yes, you did say this about him. He looks like a fat.
I did say that.
Fair enough, 100%. And I should look more the part, but I can't lose a ton of weight until I shoot my.
Why are you supposed to look like a fat fan? I don't understand.
Listen, I can't lose a ton of weight until I shoot my Chris Farley biopic for New Line Cinema this year. So Chris Farley's fat, so he can't lose weight because he's got that role. So I'm hovering between 250 260. Also, many of my favorite wrestlers didn't look like Rick Rude and John Cena. They look like Dusty Rhodes and Bam Bam Bigelow. I ain't mad at you, just educating. The thing Disco probably thinks he does on your show.
Okay, let me explain something to you. I'm a big fan. Let me finish, bro. I'm a big fan of not everybody looking the same like a cookie cutter bodybuilder. But, bro, you do not look intimidating. You don't come off intimidating. You just come off like some actor that's cosplaying wrestling. All right. And no hating. Okay. I'm just stating I don't know you, but since you decided to throw that letter out on IG, that's my response.
Well, I think it's funny because he's taking shots at me and I don't even know who this guy is. Like right. I'm the one that's actually insulted in this, right. Which is kind of funny. Like I didn't like you're the one who was talking about it, not me. So I was like, I think that guy.
And as far as money, as far as money and all that, or not doing good or not doing as good as you, we've been doing this for almost 8 years and making pretty good living on it. It isn't our primary income, but it's a good supplemental income.
Supplemental. Let me make a point here. I'm going to shout this out. If anybody, this gets back to this guy. I think he owes me an apology. Okay, so he should apologize. All right, because this is I read that IG response thing. He said I actually said this guy does sound like a credible actor. I just don't know him, but he does obviously has a lot.
Neither do I.
Pretty good credits. He's got an Emmy and a Grand Prize. Like so, I'm not throwing any shade on this guy.
I was looking.
So he owes me an apology.
Okay, I was looking through the what he had done or what's going on, and there is one movie that he was in that you might have seen that was very good, and he was very good in it. It's called I, Tonya, about Tonya Harding.
Oh yeah, right.
He's really good in that for sure.
Yeah.
Didn't he get is that what he got the Emmy for?
No, I think the Emmy was for that serial killer show. I think it was called Mockingbird.
Oh, because that I, Tonya was critically acclaimed.
Yes, yeah.
I was wondering if he that
was a good movie. Yeah.
All right.
What are you wearing? Absurd. Who's on your T-shirt?
Oh, that's Albert Camus, the founder of absurdism.
Ooh.
He's very famous.
Wait a minute.
French philosopher.
What's his name?
Albert Camus. It's
Who is he?
He's a philosopher.
I don't know how it's spelled.
He's an old school philosopher. Came up with the philosophy of absurdism.
Is that your shirt for your podcast?
Nah, I mean it's not my shirt for my podcast, but I saw it and I was like, well, if it's show titles.
No, if it was a shirt for his podcast, Dexter would be on it. Go ahead.
It would have my face on it instead.
Right. All right, let's get into the what do you call it here? The Patreon.
Oh, let me correct real quick. That show is called Blackbird, not Mockingbird. If anybody wants to see it,
Interesting.
Sure, if anybody wanted to see it, they would have. Go ahead.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.